Kyrie Irving just unleashed a shocking revelation, sending NBA enthusiasts into a frenzy. However, this wasn't a hoops discussion. It was something much deeper. Don't go there, they'll come for you over it. Seriously, don't take this lightly, I'll hunt you down, man. That's all there is to it. Listen, big dude, camping isn't my scene. No joke. His intense reply quickly went viral, igniting fierce discussions on social media platforms. Some are dubbing it his fiercest comeback to date, while others consider it yet another moment of Kyrie Irving being Kyrie Irving. If you find this moment intense, just hold on until you hear about the other instances where Irving's raw honesty got him into trouble. Let's dive in. The insight. Kyrie Irving is not one to hold back. Be it his blunt views on societal issues, his steadfast approach to his personal convictions, or his straightforward takes on the NBA, Irving expresses his true thoughts, regardless of the outcomes. His unfiltered truthfulness has turned him into a highly divisive character in the world of basketball. Yet, this candor has garnered him admiration from supporters who value his genuineness. Recently, Irving found himself in the spotlight once more. This time, it wasn't concerning basketball, political issues, or conspiracy theories. It revolved around a topic that hit closer to home: family. While streaming on Twitch, where Irving was engaging with his fans, the exchange became a bit awkward. The situation kicked off when his sister, Asia Love, joined the stream. Soon after, a number of viewers began insisting that he showcase his sister on screen. Initially, Irving dismissed their requests. However, as the demands persisted, his demeanor changed. Clearly upset, he delivered a firm admonition. Irving issued yet another caution to a specific user who continuously urged him to reveal his sister. Then, Irving spoke a line that swiftly spread online. You won't want to miss those memorable words. What made this recent clip take off? For the uninitiated, the word gooner has become popular in online discussions. It typically refers to a person who exhibits compulsive behavior, especially in unsuitable contexts, such as obsessively posting or making unwelcome comments, often targeting women. Kyrie's remark about not succumbing to your gooner thoughts struck a chord because it highlighted a strange yet significant aspect of internet culture. To be clear, Kyrie's reaction was completely justified. This situation transcended mere fan requests for his sister. It highlighted the sense of entitlement some individuals hold regarding public figures and their relatives, as though they are entitled to insights into their private lives. Kyrie wasn't merely establishing limits. He was shedding light on the extent to which this behavior has been normalized in the digital realm. Naturally, a significant number of fans rallied to his support right away. Although many lauded Irving for producing the clip of the year with his provocative yet audacious remarks, there were others who ridiculed the NBA player, even likening his speech to that of a former gooner. Notably, this isn't the first occasion Kyrie Irving has candidly expressed his views, even when it has gotten him into trouble. Recall his Twitch stream, where he confronted the double standards of those who claim to understand him based solely on watching games. Irving expressed dissatisfaction with how he's viewed, stemming from just 3 hours of observation. He subsequently tackled a common point raised by critics of Irving. It's as if I'm the sole poison in the locker room, suggesting basketball is an individual endeavor for which one player should bear all the fault. But Irving wasn't finished. He proceeded to discuss how sports betting has influenced the NBA's dynamics. The league is definitely affected by it. It's become more frequent to witness fans venting their anger at athletes for spoiling parlays or missing statistical targets that gamblers have wagered on. During his Twitch livestream, Irving was candid about his dissatisfaction with how sports betting has altered the way fans interact with the sport he cherishes. He highlighted the significant distinction between a supporter rallying for their team and someone who gets upset about their betting results. He stressed that the proliferation of sports betting has fostered an alarming trend where certain viewers prioritize monetary wins over the actual competition. Irving mentioned that he has even received social media messages from disgruntled bettors, with some tipping into disrespect when their bets don't succeed. Irving's statement holds weight. His supporters are increasingly viewing games through a gambling perspective, tracking point spreads, parlays, and prop bets, and the figures are undeniable. In 2024, the sports betting sector is projected to balloon to a staggering $103 billion. Yet Kyrie highlights a significant issue. Once financial stakes are involved, many fans forget players are human. A missed shot can ruin a parlay, leading to a flood of hateful messages, as if you've personally robbed their chances. The focus shifts from basketball to the financial stakes involved, and this is what Irving is challenging. If you're gonna bet, choose something meaningful to you. And if you place a bet on me, I won't dictate if it's a wise choice or a foolish one. That's up to you. Betting comes with risks, and while it doesn't justify trolling others or hoping for their failure, it can be overwhelming. Additionally, Kyrie Irving's Twitch livestream from 2023 is resurfacing online, where he cautioned against the rising impact of gambling within the NBA. Meanwhile, a notable topic is Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who is entangled in a federal probe due to suspicious betting actions related to a game last January when he was with the Hornets. Here's what transpired. Rozier, a player known for his substantial court time, abruptly exited a match against the Pelicans after a mere 9 minutes due to a foot ailment and didn't return for the rest of the season. This incident raised eyebrows, particularly due to some questionable betting patterns surrounding his performance that evening. Additionally, this investigation ties into a broader federal inquiry involving the former Toronto Raptors center, John Porter, who was handed a lifetime ban from the NBA in April 2024 for leaking confidential injury information to gamblers and impacting prop bets. Unlike Porter's case, which didn't involve direct betting on games, Roser's matter revolved around possible manipulation during play. Though Roser faces no formal charges yet, the probe resembles the John Porter incident, which resulted in a landmark lifetime ban for the Raptors player. This underscores the league's stringent stance on gambling breaches, and Porter's repercussions were severe. He had his $410,000 contract instantly voided, was permanently banned from the NBA, and accepted a guilty plea to criminal allegations that could result in a 2-decade prison term along with 5 other co-defendants arrested. As a prominent figure, Roser is currently pulling in $24.9 million, with $26.6 million expected next year and a total of $133 million in earnings throughout his career. The risks involved are significantly greater. The NBA's collective bargaining arrangement provides Commissioner Adam Silver with extensive power to cancel contracts and enact indefinite suspensions for gambling-related violations, all without the requirement of a criminal conviction. In addition to league measures, federal prosecutors have shown a willingness to charge individuals criminally for sports-related bribery and fraud, as illustrated by the Porter case, where the mere exchange of injury information resulted in felony charges. Fans are increasingly supporting Kyrie Irving's 2023 alerts regarding the perils of sports betting, especially following the John Porter affair and the investigation into Terry Roser. A rising sentiment expresses that the more significant danger doesn't lie solely with players, but also with referees who can manipulate the game. Social media erupted with comments, as users referenced infamous NBA officiating scandals, like Tim Donaghy's 2007 point shaving incident, as evidence that the league's gambling issues go beyond surface level. Numerous online users flagged dubious foul calls in crucial moments that impact betting results, questioning whether the NBA's referee oversight is sufficient. While Kyrie Irving's worries about sports betting have emerged as unexpectedly pertinent, his tendency to speak candidly hasn't always benefited him. Repeatedly, Kyrie's straightforwardness has triggered criticism, occasionally overshadowing his legitimate concerns. From conspiracy theories to social issues, his readiness to express his thoughts has generated headlines, for better or worse. Kyrie Irving's past controversies. Let's take a trip back to Kyrie's initial significant moment in the spotlight. In 2017, while guesting on a podcast during a road trip, Irving ignited one of his earliest major disputes by proclaiming, "The earth is flat. The earth is flat. I assure you, it's right there in front of us. They deceive us." Casual remarks made during the NBA All-Star Weekend quickly gained traction online and attracted significant backlash from educators, scientists, and basketball enthusiasts alike. What started as a throwaway comment spiraled into an extended controversy. Irving oscillated between defending his statements and implying he was simply joking, creating confusion among fans and journalists regarding his actual views. The issue gained momentum as science educators noted students referencing Irving's words to question accepted truths in classrooms. By 2018, Irving publicly apologized, admitting he was unaware of the impact his words had on others. When Jimmy Kimmel inquired if he maintained his belief in a flat earth, he responded accordingly. At that time, LeBron James partially supported Irving's stance. Kyrie's knack for challenging popular beliefs took an especially disputed direction in 2017 when he allegedly shared unverified ideas concerning the assassination of John F. Kennedy. The Boston Globe reported that Irving claimed the former president was murdered for attempting to dismantle the global bank cartel, insinuating that the Federal Reserve played a role in the conspiracy of 1963. The comments, reminiscent of long-refuted conspiracy theories, faced strong backlash from historians and media personalities. Although Irving didn't openly reinforce these claims as he did with his flat earth assertions, it raised doubts about Kyrie Irving's mindset. And who could overlook his 2017 trade request from Cleveland? Following 3 consecutive NBA Finals appearances with the Cavaliers, culminating in their momentous 2016 title, Irving unleashed a shocker. In July, sources revealed he confided in owner Dan Gilbert that he desired to leave, explicitly mentioning a need to step out from LeBron James' influence and become a central figure. The basketball community was shocked. A 25-year-old superstar was turning his back on an assured shot at the championship. By August, Cleveland complied with his desire, sending him to Boston in a monumental trade. Though not a scandal in a conventional way, the decision ignited heated discussions. Was Kyrie being driven or disrespectful? Pragmatic about his peak or foolish with his reputation? This instant proved to be pivotal. It revealed Irving's readiness to choose personal development over ease, for better or for worse. This decision laid the groundwork for years of divisive choices ahead. In the tumultuous summer of 2020, Kyrie stirred controversy by openly questioning the NBA's intention to resume the season in the Orlando bubble. While sidelined due to injury, He convened a call with players for both the NBA and WNBA to express his worries. Kyrie contended that resuming basketball would divert attention from the widespread protests against racial injustice that erupted after George Floyd's death. Sources say he confided in teammates about his readiness to give up it all to maintain attention on systemic racism, even implying that the bubble initiative raised questions. Whispers circulated that he proposed players form their own league, yet these assertions lacked validation. The tumult surrounding Irving's career continued unabated. As the 2020-21 season kicked off, Irving seemed to be at odds with both the press and the NBA. When training camps commenced amid the COVID-19 pandemic, he opted not to engage with the media. Instead, he shared a message on Instagram. "This season, my aim is to let my efforts both in games and out of them do the talking." Consequently, the NBA fined Irving $25,000 since players must engage with the media as part of their contracts. What was Irving's follow-up? He took to Instagram again and referred to media folks as pawns. His choice to label journalists as pawns triggered swift criticism, as many viewed it as pretentious and belittling to the media's function. Regarding the media's function, Irving has taken aim at former players for their words and fabrications in press outlets. They've strayed from the path. I'll name them directly when I encounter them face-to-face, but some ex-players only engage in pointless chatter. They're not even discussing facts. All they do is criticize the younger talents. In January 2022, Irving openly stated that he would not be getting the COVID vaccine, which kept him from participating in home games with the Brooklyn Nets at that time. He boldly claimed that vaccine mandates, such as those set by the NBA, represent a major infringement on human rights. Consequently, Irving opted to decline a 4-year contract extension before the 2021-22 season. He remarked, "I forfeited 4 years, over $100 million, by choosing to remain unvaccinated, and that was my choice." Irving remained firm in his stance. He remarked that this concerns my life and the decisions I'm making. Now, let's delve into one of Kyrie's most shocking controversies that took place off the court. In 2021, Irving's overt dismissal of his own signature Nike sneaker led to one of the strangest events in sports marketing. When pictures of the unreleased Kyrie 8 surfaced online, the prominent point guard didn't merely show dissatisfaction. He outright rejected the shoe, labeling it garbage and asserting that Nike proceeded without his consent. He expressed that, in his opinion, these are terrible. He feels completely disconnected from them. His intense critique was remarkable, as athletes rarely publicly denounce their endorsed merchandise, particularly lucrative signature shoes. The repercussions were swift and substantial. Nike, a major force in the sports industry, faced an unparalleled dilemma with one of its endorsed athletes openly criticizing its product. In the background, intense discussions unfolded between Kyrie and Nike leaders to tackle the issue at hand. They managed to resolve their differences sufficiently to launch the Kyrie 8 with Irving's influence, but the bond was evidently strained. Kyrie attempted to retract his remarks by attributing the fallout to miscommunication, yet his public display of discontent had already showcased his escalating irritation with corporate affiliations. What began with the sneaker controversy teetered on the brink of a complete split from Nike. Many speculated that Irving's commitment to his principles might lead to losing one of basketball's most lucrative endorsement contracts, but that outcome did not occur. In late 2022, the relationship between Kyrie and Nike took a dramatic turn as it unraveled over a significant controversy, marking the most serious moment in his career. Kyrie Irving found himself embroiled in an anti-Semitic scandal. Just when it seemed he couldn't create more upheaval, he spiraled into his most consequential issue in October 2022, one that would challenge the NBA's limits and ultimately result in financial losses for him. This incident transcended basketball, discussions on flat earth, and vaccine doubts. Instead, Kyrie ventured into perilous anti-Semitic grounds by endorsing a film rife with hateful conspiracy theories. The controversy ignited when Irving posted a link on social media to Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, a film from 2018 inspired by a book released in 2015. At first glance, it might have appeared to be just another one of Kyrie's attention-grabbing social media antics, but this was something else entirely. The film propagated overtly anti-Semitic narratives, including denial of the Holocaust, alongside the shocking assertion that Jewish individuals appropriated the true identity of the genuine Israelites, who were alleged to be black Africans. Even more alarmingly, it contained forged quotes attributed to Hitler and various perilous historical inaccuracies aimed at inciting anti-Jewish sentiment. So, what rationale did Irving offer for sharing that film's link? Regardless of the reasoning provided, the reaction came quickly and intensely. Just hours later, the Brooklyn Nets, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, key media personalities, and significant Jewish organizations denounced Irving's message. However, what transpired next astonished onlookers even more than the original tweet. Confronted by journalists, a resolute Irving declined to accept full accountability, asserting, "I'm not the creator of the documentary." His insincere apology and following press conference only heightened the outrage. Even more infuriating was his reply when directly questioned about his stance on anti-Semitism. He stated plainly, I can't be against Jewish people if I understand my roots. This remark was largely seen as a deflection, at best, and an endorsement of the film's concepts, at worst. Many were upset that he accepted responsibility for the post, but refused to apologize. I own my part in sharing that. Certain aspects were dubious and inaccurate. As I mentioned the first time I was on that stage, I don't take every post at face value. As the pressure escalated over the next week, tensions reached a peak. On November 3rd, the Nets sidelined Irving for a minimum of 5 games. The team's announcement emphasized that this issue extended beyond the realm of basketball. The Nets were troubled by Kyrie's reluctance to clearly state that he does not hold any anti-Semitic views, and they found his failure to condemn anti-Semitism when presented with a direct chance to do so quite upsetting. This suspension followed a collaborative statement with the Anti-Defamation League, ADL, where Irving recognized the adverse effect of his comments and committed $500,000 to causes against hate. His post partially read, "I am truly sorry for any pain I have caused, and I apologize. My initial reaction stemmed from feeling wrongfully accused of being anti-Semitic instead of prioritizing the healing of my Jewish brothers and sisters who were harmed by the hateful remarks within the documentary." Even after Kyrie Irving issued his apology, Nike opted to sever ties with the prominent athlete. A straightforward announcement from a Nike representative declared, Kyrie Irving is no longer associated with Nike. The company ended its contract, which was set to run out on October 1st, 2023. This decision concluded a partnership that had been among the most profitable signature shoe arrangements in basketball history. At its height, Irving's yearly endorsement deal was valued at around $11 million, indicating a significant financial setback for him. Just when you think Irving might exercise greater caution regarding this issue, he surprises everyone again. In February 2023, he discreetly removed his apology post from Instagram. When asked about this, he nonchalantly replied that he often deletes content and remains committed to his beliefs. It's worth noting that Irving isn't alone. Fellow athlete Deshaun Jackson of the Philadelphia Eagles also encountered significant criticism for sharing anti-Semitic material on Instagram back in 2020. One of his statements inaccurately credited a quote to Hitler, asserting that black individuals are the true descendants of Israel and warned white Americans of potential retribution for past injustices. An even more alarming post by Jackson propagated the anti-Semitic notion of Jews conspiring to exploit America and seek global control. When Deshaun Jackson's anti-Semitic comments came to light, several notable athletes reacted, demonstrating how the sports community can oppose hatred. Boston Celtics players Enes Kanter, now Enes Freedom, and Jaylen Brown both highlighted the significance of education. Kanter, a longtime advocate for human rights, emphasized the importance for athletes to recognize the impact of their statements on delicate historical matters. Brown, representing the NBA among the Celtics, noted that players bear the duty to educate themselves before addressing intricate subjects. Similar to Irving, Jackson first attempted to downplay the situation, asserting that his comments were taken out of context, but the fallout had already occurred. The Eagles organization condemned his messages, leading Jackson to eventually apologize following discussions with Jewish leaders. In 2020, NBA icon Dwayne Wade also faced backlash when he publicly supported TV host Nick Cannon after Viacom severed ties with him over remarks deemed anti-Semitic on his podcast. Wade's tweet, expressing solidarity with Cannon, faced immediate backlash due to Cannon's provocative statements regarding Jewish individuals. Wade promptly removed the tweet, emphasizing that while he championed Cannon's autonomy over his brand, he did not condone hate speech in any form. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to explore the recommended content on your screen by clicking one of the cards shown.